is going on, my YouTube people? 2099 back here with another video. In today's video, we're going to be previewing and predicting the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to smash that like button, subscribe as well. It really does help me a ton for my content. If you guys want to join me on my other social media platforms, my Discord, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of those links will be down in the description for you guys to check out. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to be doing this on the EA FIFA 23 Women's World Cup predictor sort of stuff, just because it makes it easier for me to do this with you guys as well. So we're going to start with Group A here for the Women's World Cup. I'm going to be looking on the screen, so I'm not going to be looking at the camera all the time. But for Group A, I think the winners, it's going to be between New Zealand, Norway, the Philippines, and Switzerland. So I definitely do believe Norway has what it takes to be first in the group. I think they're the strongest teams. They've got players like Ada Hegerberg, who, if I remember well, won a Ballon d'Or a few years ago. So I'll be putting Norway in there as well. And for the runners-up, I kind of want to put New Zealand in there because they're the hosts, and I feel like that can be an extra factor. Home countries tend to usually do well in their respective tournaments. So usually I would have probably put Switzerland, but you know what? Let's go with New Zealand. Let's put New Zealand in there. I think they're a pretty weak team compared to Norway, so I don't think they have a chance of being first in there. Third and fourth, I'd have to put Switzerland third. And the Philippines, it's an AFC nation. I would love to see them do well. I just don't think they will. I don't think they have what it takes for them to do that well. For Group B here, we've got hosts again, Australia, Ireland, Nigeria, or Canada. I'm definitely going with Australia first. I think they have one of the best squads in the tournament. We've got players like Samantha Kerr. You guys all know who she is. And for the runners-up, I'm definitely going to be putting Canada. I've seen Canada play, the women's team that is. They've got some fantastic players, and they've got some new and upcoming, faces, in players like Jordan Huitema, Alphonso Davies' ex, telling you that because that's maybe how you're going to recognize her. But Canada can even be first in the group, but I think Australia will have that edge. Again, they are the hosts, so I wouldn't be surprised. For the rest of the group, we've got Ireland and Nigeria. I want to give Nigeria the benefit of the doubt, put them third. I want to see them third, but I think they're going to end up fourth. But I think Ireland's going to finish third. I'll put Nigeria fourth, although I would love to see Nigeria third. I think it would be kind of nice. Let's move on to Group C now. For Group C, we've got Spain, Costa Rica, Zambia, and Japan. Japan, who are the only Asian country to have won the Women's World Cup. They're alongside Spain, Costa Rica, and Zambia. I'm definitely going to put Spain first. They've got fantastic players. I think the most famous one that you guys will recognize is Alexia Putellas, the Barca player. I think she's very, very good, to be completely honest with you. I think she will carry this Spanish side, and not carry in a bad way, but as in lead the way for this Spanish team. That's kind of what I mean. I'm not saying she's going to do everything by herself, but Spain are a women's team that is very good on the ball from what I've seen, so I would like to see them play. I'm very excited to watch them play. And for the second, I'm definitely going with Japan. Maybe Japan can, do what they did in the Men's World Cup here and actually be first alongside Spain. But Women's World Cup wise, Japan is very good. They've got a few decent players. Yu Hasegawa is the one that comes to mind. Just a midfield maestro. She's so good with the ball. She's such a good dribbler. And she is quite rapid. I wouldn't say, Mbappe level rapid, but I think she's very, very good. So I'll put Spain and Japan as the two teams to qualify from Group C. And then for the rest of the group, I'll put Costa Rica third, and I'll put Zambia fourth. That's how it's going to be. All right, let's move on to Group D. So we got Group D. We're going to go with England, Haiti, Denmark, and China. China with a very decent women's team, I would say. So I'll definitely put England as the first one. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It is a very nice group for them. They won't have much trouble. Denmark, I think, are going to be the ones that are going to be third, actually. And I think Haiti, I hope they prove me wrong. I hope they get a few wins. I would love to see that women's national side actually advance. It would be kind of nice, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'll put China second. China are very, very decent when it comes to women's football. Group E now, we've got the US, we've got Vietnam, we've got the Netherlands, and we've got Portugal. A very spicy group indeed. I don't think anyone's going to give Vietnam a chance, so I'll immediately put them at 4th. Unfortunately, it's very hard for me to put the USA anywhere else than 1st. They are favorites to win the whole thing, so I will be putting the USA up top. And the runners-up, Portugal, not that great of a national side compared to the Netherlands, so I'm going to give Netherlands the 2nd position here. You know, we got players like Lieke Martens. You guys might have seen her play or seen her on social media and stuff. She's very, very talented. Let's move on to Group F now. For Group F, we have gotten France, Jamaica, Brazil, and Panama. And I think this is going to be one of the most easiest groups to predict. I'm going to put, I don't know if I should put France first or Brazil first. I don't know. Brazil obviously have a lot of stellar players, people like Marta, and everyone knows who Marta is. But France, they've got such a good, young, talented side. I'm going to put France first. I'm going to put Brazil 2nd. And for 3rd and 4th, I think I'll put Panama 3rd and Jamaica 4th. But Brazil and France, it's a hard one. I don't know who's going to be between. It's hard. I'll put France first and I'll put Brazil 2nd. That's my prediction. Moving on to Group G now, we have gotten Sweden, South Africa, Italy, and Argentina. Sweden have a very good national side when it comes to women's football, so I'll definitely be putting them first. And then my money is going to be on Italy to finish 2nd. I don't know about Argentina. I'll put Argentina 3rd and I'll put South Africa 4th. And for the last group, Group H, Germany, Morocco, Colombia, and Korea Republic. I think the clear favorites here are Germany. They're one of the favorites to win the World Cup as well. But then it's going to be between Morocco, Colombia, and Korea Republic. I have seen Korea Republic play. They are a very decent side. Haven't heard much of Morocco and Colombia. I'm not sure who's better between the two, or better between the three, to be honest. This group is pretty open for 2nd position. I'll give it to Korea Republic. I would love to see an Asian side move on for sure. So a little bit of bias there. Alright, now we've moved on to the round of 16 matches here. Who's going to win between Norway or Japan? I'll give it to Japan. I think they can beat Norway. Between Spain and New Zealand, I'll give it to Spain. The USA and Italy, giving it to the US. It's going to be very hard to beat the US here. Sweden or Netherlands? Oh, that's going to be a very spicy matchup. I'll give it to Sweden, but I would understand if you would go with the Netherlands. It's not a wrong choice at all. Next, we've got Australia and China. I'll give it to Australia, the host nation. England and Canada. I'm going to be a little biased here because I come from Canada, right? So I would love to see Canada advance, but England, I've seen that they're not recently in the best form, so maybe that can carry on the World Cup. Judging just by that, maybe Canada. It's tough. No, you know what? I won't be biased. I'll give it to England because the thing with Canada's women team is they can be very cheeky. They can be very, very, slick with the way they play. They can snatch a few goals out of completely nowhere, so they can catch England off guard. But England's side is too experienced. It's too good compared to Canada. I wanted to be biased, but I don't think that's the way to go. Let's move on to the 7th match of the round of 16, Korea Republic and France. It's going to be with France quite easily. Round of 16, match 8, Germany and Brazil. Wow, that's a very good one. I'll give it to Germany still. I think they are, again, one of the favorites to win the whole thing. Let's move on to the quarterfinals now. For the quarterfinals, we got Japan and USA, and that's where I think the Nadeshiko, Japan, I think that's where they're going to crash out. I'll give it to the USA. Spain and Sweden, another very, very good tie. I'll give it to Spain. But Sweden can do it. Sweden can do it. Australia and France, that's a very tough one. That's a very, 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 very tough one for me. I'll give it to Australia. Let's go. The host nations are going to do it. They're going to reach the semifinals. And then the last quarterfinal game between England and Germany, I'll give it to Germany. I think they can beat England for sure. All right, let's move on to the semifinals. USA, Spain, Australia, Germany. I think it's going to be Spain. Let's give it to Spain for the first time. All right, I think the USA can crash. At least one game, they will struggle in this whole thing. that I've just shown you guys, they're gonna struggle against Spain if they do end up playing against Spain. And I think Spain can win. Why not? Why not? It's gonna be a very unpopular opinion, but why not? Don't always go for the favorites in predictions, okay? You gotta add a little spice to the video. So Spain advancing over to USA, that's what I think. And then the second semifinal, Germany, Australia. I'll give it to Germany again, but again, Australia is the host nation. Let's give it to Germany. All right, and the final is going to be between Spain and Germany. I'll give it to. They're both just so good, man. That's the thing. It's hard to predict. It's very hard to predict because it can really go either way. That's the thing with these sort of things. I'll give it to Spain. I think Germany's going to be second. And then for the third place playoff, USA, Australia, I'll give it to USA. I'll give, them at least something here. So that's what I think about this this whole thing here, USA, Australia. And that's going to be pretty much it. That is my prediction done. I think Spain are going to win the whole thing. Germany second, USA to be third in a shock win from Spain against the USA. I know a lot of people won't disagree, but if not, then I'm guessing the USA is going to be favorite. England as well is going to be a favorite as well. There's like 5 teams that are favorites, really. Spain, Germany, USA, Australia. And, you can also add in the mixes of like teams like Canada or Japan that can surprise. So, even Sweden. Yeah, that's the thing. There's just so many national sides that can win this final. It's really not like black and white. It's not easy for me to predict this at all. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Else you went up in the